Hey y'all, what's going on? It is BarbMeetsWorld, and we will be discussing, as you already know, because you already read the title, obviously, but we'll be discussing The Real Housewives of Atlanta's season 16, episode 14, chapter 2, Renew. But before we get into all to that, y'all, please like the video for me because it helps me and my channel in terms of the algorithm, helps me attract new subscribers such as yourself. And if you are not a current subscriber, go on ahead, hit the subscription button, become a Barb's Babe. I would love to have you. Also, turn on your notification bell so you know every time I make an upload. Drop down in the comment section, leave me a comment. We can have a cute little kiki down there. And share me with all of your folks. Let me throw my banner up and we can get into it. Hey y'all, what's up? I apologize. I was rushing home to get on here with y'all and I was a few minutes late. I had to push back just a little bit. So I do apologize for that. Nonetheless, though, y'all, this episode, if I can be 100% transparent with y'all, I think I've arrived at the point in the season where I'm ready to see different. Like I'm ready to just kind of disengage because my mind doesn't know how to process what we're seeing. It's one thing in the blogs, it's one thing on the show, it's one way that we're seeing the reunion playing out, and I just don't know how to take anybody at this point in time. Pretty much, I don't know how to take anybody across the board on the freaking cast. So I'm just, it's just hard for me to even get emotionally invested anymore because I feel like I've been emotionally invested all season, and I feel like joke's been on us, and I don't like to feel like that as a viewer. Anyway, but y'all, hey sis, Black, yes, please do as my good sis California Cutie says and like the video. Thank you. But yeah, y'all, let me turn on my fan because it's kind of, one second, it's kind of hot in here, and then we'll get into it. Actually, no, I'll save that for the end. Some tea did drop out the sky today in regards to Simon, so we'll get into that little update at the end, but for now let's just roll with the episode. And yes, please again like the video as you guys are coming into the room. So it was day 2 of Grenada, and of course all the ladies are getting ready. They're about to start the day's festivities, and we find out that was it Drew that said it? I don't remember, but Drew and Porsha, they're continuing down what seems to be a better path. And then we also heard that the night before on their way back, Brit actually got sick and had to pull over on the side of the road. And yeah, she blew chunks on the side of the road because she's not a shots girl. She's not a shots girl. Shots are for college girls. She's a classy girl. She drinks champagne or whatever. And yeah. Like, I couldn't even get annoyed by that whole thing because you've proven to be, we don't know who you are. We don't know who you are, Brit. With a real Brit, Eady, please stand up. We have no idea who this lady is. So whatever. She says stuff, just these random utterances, I feel like, from her. And I'm not even going to get invested because we'll never see this girl again, probably on our screens, at least not on this show. So who even cares? But I did peep how she said on the phone with her husband or whatever, she like took her corset off or whatever. The bitch was like pretty much ass naked, I guess, out there because she didn't want to get her clothes soiled or whatever. And on one hand, I'm like, okay, no, I would rather, if I'm going to throw up, no, I would rather not get it on me. Like, no, I don't think any of us would. But since it's Brit and we know money's kind of funny when it comes to her, we, are looking at her kind of like she's fraudulent. That tells me that, is it because you don't want to get it messed up because it's rented and you need to get it back? Because last time I checked, the dry cleaners still works just fine, but whatever. Moving on. What else was discussed in this little opening scene? Shamea, right off the bat, was starting to get on my nerves throughout pretty much this entire episode, which a lot of people have been saying that they sided with Brit on this episode because Shamea really pissed me off this episode. It's one thing if you want to turn a blind eye, or it's all cool if you want to keep, being a lapdog to Porsha, whatever, that's your business. But you're not going to sit here and play on our faces and act like you weren't trying to gaslight that girl. We'll get into that later on, though. And there's a chef there making breakfast. I think it was Kelli, Phaedra, and Brit that first came out. And is it just me, or does Phaedra always need to touch somebody's titties, or she always has something to say about somebody's titties? Whatever. And I say that because she was talking about Kelli, which Kelly's outfit was cute. She did offer her some nipple covers, which I was like, wow, I was blown away by that, because I was like, that's like a girl move. That's something I would do, because I want my girls to be good around me. But Phaedra, she's not a girl's girl, so I was shocked that she even offered the girl fucking pasties. But I mean, see, I'm already cussing. See, yep. Wits end. I'm at my wits end with these girls, if you guys can't tell. But yeah, Phaedra she just always has something to say, and it's I'm not surprised, because that's all she does. It's just the people that always want her, always are championing for her in the comments and stuff like that. I need you guys to really give it to me straight. Like, have you been living for her? Is she living up to your expectations? Has she been delivering? Because to me, she's just been a confessional gangster, as she always is, and just adding stuff that we don't really care about. Because in all actuality, Phaedra, you really just tell on yourself when you say these random little things. It's really just telling on yourself and letting us know that you're like low-key a weirdo. Like how she kept obsessing over Kelly's short stature, even though last time I checked, you guys are damn near the same height, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys are both small, so just shut up. Anyway, I could stay on Phaedra for a good while, so I'm just going to continue to move on, because I'm sure you guys didn't come here to just hear me talk about how Phaedra adds nothing to the show. Angela calls Charles again. This trip is falling on their anniversary. So, of course, she's trying to call her husband, check in with him. What's up? She said that when she tried to talk to him the day before, he was too busy cooking for their daughter or whatever. So she's trying to get him on the phone now. And he gave her he didn't even answer the phone, I believe, at this point in time, which, I mean, he may really have been busy. Okay, fine. But you just never know. Their dynamic, we've been talking about it all season. You already know what it gives. You already know what I've had to say about it. So I don't really feel like I need to even expound upon that further. If you guys watch the episode, you already know why I'm saying what I'm saying. Just weird. Anyway, she also mentioned how they're just falling in love more and more every day or whatever. That's just not what I get. But I'm only outside looking in. Y'all let me know if that's what you've been picking up on. But I feel like what we've seen, the chemistry we've seen between them, I'm not saying he doesn't love her. I'm not saying that there's definitely something going on there or something is amiss there, but that's just not, I haven't been seeing two lovebirds at all. Anyway, Shamea still doesn't have her luggage, so she actually borrowed some clothes, some swimsuits, dresses, stuff this episode from Porsha. Also was shocked about that one. I'm like, that's a girl move right there too. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that she didn't make up some stupid excuse as to why she couldn't lend you clothes and you had to go somewhere else, because that's what best friends would do. Me as best friend, if my best friend's luggage got lost, yeah, I would offer her up some, I always bring extra, I'm always bring extra looks anyway. So yeah, of course you could borrow something of mine, but I was just shocked to hear from Porsha, because we know she's not really a girl's girl, truly deep down inside. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Always good to see you in the comments. Nope, Charles is weird. Yeah, it's just something. Moving on. There was a slight back and forth about the crystal conversation from the night before. Shamea, this is where she started being weird towards Brit right here. She starts being, she starts to explain that, well, Brit, you started discussing something that we weren't talking about that was totally like off topic pretty much, and I would rather hear about this whole black character. But and Brit actually is starting to pick up, or no, I think it was Drew that's starting to pick up the weird energy between Brit and Shamea at this point in time. It's definitely starting to brew and boil, and I believe within the next couple episodes, we'll really truly see the dissolution of their friendship. I know Shamea has been in some interviews lately talking about how it does seem like the ultimate straw that, of course I say straw, that broke the camel's back on that one is that, lo and behold, Brit did say something negative about Shamea's child. So again, we'll see more of that in episodes to come, I'm sure, obviously. Angela's forever putting Charles on the spot. She deserves what Charles gives her on screen. Knock it off already. I think it's more because she kind of talked about it a little bit on the after show. It's like, I feel like obviously we're scrutinizing it harder because this is the show. We're here to, discuss them and whatever they have going on, or, we're here to take a deeper look into these ladies' lives. So I just wish, knowing if this is how nonchalant he is all the time and stuff, I just wish that would have been addressed and made clear earlier on in the season so that we can stop, or so that people can stop being like on some y'all, yeah, it's not giving what you say is giving, Angela. I feel like she could have addressed that earlier on so we wouldn't continue to, look at them crazy every time he gives her the cold shoulder on screen, it seems like. But what do I know? Hey, crew of Bridge. First time watchers in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Hey, in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Okay, here for it. Thank you for coming by. Love to have you. Charles is not. I think that the energy between them is weird, and it's not actually matching what Angela's saying. Like I said before about them continuously falling in love every day or whatever she tried to say. Like, it's just not, like, I'm not even talking about the ring thing. We'll get into all that later, but it's not matching, Angela, and people are going to continue to say this if you don't kind of like make it make more sense there. Like, I don't know. Anything else I need to say about this first part? No, I don't believe so. Okay, so they're going to be splitting up into two groups, of course. That's pretty much, we see that on like every freaking Housewives show. Half of them go and do activities over here, the other half go over here and do activities, and then we all come together later for dinner or some other culminating event. So in this case, Shamea is in one group, and in their sprint, I'll break it down by groups then. They're discussing how Brit is being snippy towards Shamea, and she's so defensive and all this. This is like mainly like Shamea, Phaedra, Cynthia, and Porsha were all in that sprinter, and that was the where the conversation opened up at. So as it pertains to the shots they were taking the night before, we already heard again, Brit is not a shots girl. And that's where all this is kind of like stemming from right here and there. But later on, Shamea is also going to bring in the fact that she is still harping on the fact that Brit didn't donate as much as she would have liked to see her donate. But for now, we'll just make it about the shots, right? But she does say issue 1, issue 2, and the second issue about the donations really revolves around the fact to Shamea that, girl, you pulled up in a Rolls Royce carrying a Birkin, and then we look in the box, and lo and behold, there's only like 3 rolls of paper towel and a toothbrush. Like, what do we? That's not matching. That's inconsistent with who you've tried to portray yourself to be on this show, Miss Pretty and Paid. So I do understand where Shamea is coming from like that. I also understand, like, there's so many things that are true about this whole entire fiasco. And another one being that you also can't tell anybody how much to donate. If it's supposed to be a donation from your heart, however much, you feel or whatever, you can't really put any limitations or stipulations on it at the same time. Does that make sense? To be honest, Shamea did not lose their luggage. She's forever milking the attention. I mean, I hope she did, because like, why? Like, that's so weird to just make up that lie. But at the same time, what I will say is, are we upset that she lost her luggage? Probably not, because it probably just had a whole bunch of designer logos, type of outfits that we didn't really care to see anyway. So she actually is doing us a visual favor. If you too much, too far. Anyway, so Shamea did admit, though, that she did lightly touch on with Brit that, hey, this doesn't really look right. Like, was kind of, was expecting a little more, whatever. She did lightly touch on that with her, and that's what prompted Brit to then send $250. We also found out in this episode that it was more so supposed to be a donation of $1,000 and up. That was the threshold. It was supposed to be like $1,000. But there's been so many. On one hand, we got, even on the after show, I want to say, was it the after show that Porsha said she didn't even know the amount and stuff like that? So it doesn't really seem, it seems like there's like a game of telephone surrounding the $1,000 and who was told that it was supposed to be $1,000 and who wasn't. I guess the world will never know. But Shamea also does say that Kelli's in agreement with how she feels on this one. So again, I also need to just point out how Phaedra, of all people, was very vocal, and she was, very adamant about, like, no, shouldn't be any donations under $1,000. Like, that's not, that's not cute. That's not cool. Absolutely not. Very, very vocal about that. And I feel like throughout the episode and even with the after show, she backtracked and acted like she wasn't going that hard about the little amount that she gave when it was actually in front of her face. I feel like she was flip-flopping. And shout out to production on the after show who let us know, or who reminded us that you were saying one thing in the moment and then now you're saying the total opposite. Like, what do we? But that's Phaedra, and that's why I was going in on her 10 minutes ago. Just saying. What else? And then also the unprovoked Drew bashing. A lot of people that or I'm not gonna say a lot of people. I did see one post in particular, like on Facebook, and a lot of people in those comments were caping for Phaedra pretty much as she's been going so hard on Drew for no apparent reason at all, trying to diminish her career, trying to act like she's a nobody, and all these different things. And I just she's really irking me with that. And they even irk me with that too, because everybody's so so much on the side of, oh, well, this is the show where, you know, you're going to talk trash, you're going to be messy, they all talk about each other, woo, woo, woo. That is true. However, Phaedra is basing it off of just complete lies and misinformation. That's where I get annoyed. And also acting as though, like, the stuff that she's saying can also be said to her. Like, you're talking about you're a nobody, or you're talking about she's pretty much like a nobody and stuff like that. And it's just like, your claim to fame, we didn't know who a Phaedra was until the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Whereas when it comes to someone like Drew, I've known Drew since White Chicks. I've known Drew since The Game. I've known Drew since That's So Raven. I've known Drew since T-Boz on the TLC biopic. I've known her to be in the Sean Paul video back in the day, in other videos back in the day. So this is where I get a super annoyed when we want to continue to just slander Drew. Like, we're gonna have to stop that, because there's so many other people on the show that proudly wear those capes bolder and brighter than Drew does. So what are we saying, Phaedra? And also, then moving on over here to Charles and Angela, like, you want to keep trying to act like, oh, who was that Angela? I've only known Charles to be single. Who was that Angela? Like, I don't know Charles to be married. Yada yada yada. You want to say he's so cool? You know him. Yada yada yada. But yeah, you probably don't know Angela, but that doesn't mean that the rest of the world doesn't know her as his wife. Because then in that same breath, you literally said you haven't seen him in like 10 years. So, and how long have Angela and Charles been married? So yeah, no, you probably don't know her because you ain't been around the motherfucker in 10 years. So obviously you're not going to be abreast to what he has going on in his life, i.e. him getting married. Like, what are we saying, Phaedra? This is why I didn't want her on the show, because she adds nothing but bullshit. Anyway, like, because I said I wasn't going to get mad about the show, and I'm getting mad. See? Anyway. And Shamea, you sounded like a complete and utter fool talking about some, I'd rather be a lapdog than forgettable. Girl, said nobody ever. You sound stupid as fuck saying stuff like that, because, girl, last time I checked, when I was watching the freaking BET Awards last night, Drew was up on that motherfucking stage in front of everybody. And last time I checked, you wouldn't be up on a stage in front of everybody if you were just a nobody. Like, what are you saying? Clearly, they didn't forget who she was, because she got an invite. And I know Shamea was there too, but I didn't see her up on stage. We want to keep comparing apples to oranges, or are we going to start being real? You are on it. Shamea is not the one to wear fashion. She is the Giselle Bryant of RHOA. Yeah, she is. And this is why the saying goes that, you know, money doesn't translate to style, or labels don't just translate. Designer fashions don't just mean that you can like dress, because you could still afford the most expensive garments in the world and not know how to put that shit together right. So, but I will give her, she did look absolutely amazing last night at the awards. I don't remember the stylist's name, but whoever he is, she needs to keep him or her on the payroll. Here we go. I was pleasantly surprised to see her like this. And this better be how she came for the reunion as well. When I first looked, I was like, oh, was this her reunion look? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But no, it wasn't. And I'm not going to hold my breath, because watch she pull up at the reunion and some bullshit. Yeah. I just like, Now it makes sense why Shamea never got a peach until now. Marlo 2.0. Yeah, it's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. And like I'm really just like, I'm good on Shamea. She doesn't need to come back at all next season, not even as a friend, because it's just so inconsistent when it comes to her. And she really got a lot of people out here after this week's episode going up for Brit, actually. Or siding, I should say, siding with Brit. I don't see people going up for Brit, but a lot of us are siding with Brit on this issue because Shamea, you were on some bullshit, clearly. But yeah, that's just Phaedra. I can't take when she says stupid shit like that, especially when she came on the show looking like homely as hell, looking like her hobbies were fucking charity banquets and freaking bake sales and shit, like and handed out miracle spring water. Like that looked like the type of shit she was doing when she first came up on this show with the, you know, the hairdo. So again, spare me. They are going to be meeting with the prime minister that night. I thought that was super cool. What else? Fast forward, the ladies. Ooh. Oh no, I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I deleted some of my notes. I was about to cry. Anyway, fast forward, we got Cooking with Kelli. That's like a estate, and it was built in 1932. The family owns a rum distillery, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, I too will admit that the men were good looking. Not gonna lie, I got eyes. I might be married, but I got eyes. So yes, the men were good looking. They cook. They have a cute little kiki. Because Brit doesn't eat beef or pork, she wasn't able to eat the food, which I'm like, see, that's the shit I be talking about. Like, and she was actually a good sport about it, because I would have been like, well, what the fuck I'm about to eat? I'm hungry too. What the? Anyway, I can't really say that Brit was on a lot of bullshit this episode. I can't, truthfully. But afterwards, while they're eating and stuff, it's actually Kelli that decides to jump on the bullshit grenade, and she asks Drew about Black again. And I kind of talked a little bit about who he was last week. He owns, I think it's called Black Smoke, the nicotine free tobacco free hookah pin line or whatever. If y'all been in the Shade Room or any of those blogs, you have seen his advertisements. And she's still sticking by the fact that they're just friends. She's not even looking in the direction of trying to pursue a true serious relationship because of what she's enthralled in right now with her divorce. Like, let's be real. And I really get pissed off with Kelli, because it's like, Kelli, you are the main person that should be understanding of what Drew has going on and how messy a divorce can get, and how that can and how a motherfucker can really wreak havoc on your life. So why would you give them further ammunition? Why would you continue to bring up all these stupid ass things when it comes to Drew and who she's dating, or Dennis, or this or that? Y'all don't mean that girl no well when it comes to what she really has going on. Like, I just expected more from Kelli, but you're being real pick-me-ish, Kelli, and I don't like to see that shit. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, and you let me down. You've let me down in some episodes. Fast forward again, back over with the other ladies. They went to a waterfall. So cool. When I tell you, they were taking a bunch of pics. There was ass everywhere. I visually pleased. I ain't no better than band. I thought the bodies were giving. I know Shamea said she wasn't two-piece ready. She did bring a one-piece in her luggage, but luggage is MIA. And they can't even track the damn luggage at this point. I'm like, oh, hell no. I would have been hot. And everybody was saying how good she looked. I think she looked good too, but I can empathize with Shamea on seeing your body one way, wanting it to be one way. It's summer and I ain't even two-piece ready, and I need to hurry up and get two-piece ready because I'm actually I don't know if I told you guys, I am moving. I am moving. I won't tell you guys where yet, or I'll let you guys guess. But I am moving somewhere that I'm going to need to be 2-piece ready, like all the time. So I need to get my ass back in the gym. I've been slacking y'all last couple weeks, but I'm about to get back on it. I'm about to get it back on it. But I did understand what Shamea meant by that. But I do think she looked amazing. I will even give Phaedra her just due. I'll give them all their just due. They all looked bomb. I believe Porsha actually posted those pictures. Oh, hold on, y'all. I think we might be having a special guest that'll be making a cameo any second now. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, they looked amazing. And it looked like they really had a lot of fun. And if I had to pick one group to be in, I would want to go to the waterfall. I would want to honestly do both, but if I had to pick just one, I would want to do like the waterfall and all that because it looked really cool. And I believe they also got food and drinks afterwards. It was all cool and cute. Phaedra still was trying to understand why Brit brought up Apollo. She thought that whole thing was weird. And and then Porsha also brought up how Brit had mentioned how she felt unsupported by them. So we'll hear more about that towards the end of the episode. Shamea is asking who is Black. Porsha says it's not a secret. They've been seen out. Again, Shamea, why do you give a fuck? I don't understand why, but for some odd reason you do. I feel like you have enough on your plate right now that you should be more worried about your own shit, but I digress. Also makes sense why Angela calls Shamea Shamina. She is mean girl and corny AF. Yeah, it's like I'm just over her. Brit's food accommodation was ignored because the girls subliminally side with Kenya. My opinion. Well, looking at how fast Kelli was throwing Brit, her supposed bestie, under the bus during this episode, yeah, I'd have to agree too, probably. Kelli started off likable, and now she's clicking down for me, a lapdog of a lapdog. And I don't know if you watched I said that. I literally said that. I don't remember how many episodes back. I don't know if you were in here or if you caught that on the replay, Gavin, but I literally said that. I was like, Shamea, how are you Porsha's lapdog, and then now Kelli is your lapdog? Like that is some wild shit if I've ever seen it. Like insane to me. Now it's time to head back to the house. Shamea wants Porsha to blow in her booty hole, and she's all over the moon because she got her best friend back. Please let me know in the comments if you think that something has definitely gone down between Porsha and Shamea. It's definitely something that it's like one of those things that obviously cannot be confirmed. We gotta say allegedly because I ain't, I'm about to come up here suing me or nothing. But I thought that for even before Shamea got on the show, I've always like kind of just thought that, yeah, I could definitely see y'all being, those type of besties that, yeah, y'all know. And when she said what she said right then and there about, she was joking. Shamea was about the booty hole thing or whatever, but I'm like, no, that's definitely probably happened before. And I'm not about to tell you guys all my business, but just know that I can tell the chemistry between them. Yeah. Something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kevin, you got me. Yeah. So, they get back to the house. It's time to start getting ready for the evening. My favorite looks, again, this episode really, pigs were flying, y'all. My favorite look was actually Brit's. Brit looked really good. She had on, it was like this hooded dress thing. Of course, titties were sitting out there. And then it was like long max. I really like that. And I really like Porsha's look as well. Those are my top two. Again, Shamea borrowed this yellow dress from Porsha. So she looked really good. And before they walk out the door, Shamea asks, who wants a shot, because she doesn't want anyone to think that they're being pressured to take a shot. So if you want a shot, just let me know if you want a shot, but I ain't gonna pressure nobody for a shot. Like I ain't gonna force it down your throat or nothing, because I don't want nobody thinking that I'm trying to make them, force them to take a shot or anything like that. Like, just say Brit's name, because at this point in time, she's starting to pick up on the microaggressions and the indirect digs that you're making and the indirect shade that you're throwing, Shamea. So just come out and fucking say it. But for some odd reason, you can't do that, just like you can't do that when you're put on the spot about what's going on between you and Porsha. It's like, on one hand, you can admit it when it's behind closed doors over here on the sidelines, but when you actually get front and center and in the place where you should bring these types of things up, if you have so much to say, if these things bother you so much on the sidelines, why not bring it up on the front lines? But for whatever reason, she just continues to play in our faces. She's trying to play in Brit's faces. Brit was not having that. And if I was Brit, I would have called it out too. Like, girl, what, huh? Like, you're clearly talking about me, ma'am. Like, nobody's stupid. Oh, I should also say that Angela FaceTime Charles. He did answer this time. And, it's, again, anniversary time. You're away. Like, and I've been on trips before too. And, called my husband. It's just like, yeah, you just want to check in and feel like you miss them or whatever. You just want to feel like, we may not be in each other's faces right now, but I still want to know, I'm loved, and, that you miss me, and all the nice, cute, shit. Like, yes, I totally understand that. He was giving her absolutely nothing to work with, y'all. Like, he was giving her nothing to work with, to the point that it was just like I would just been click by. All right, talk to you later. Like, I'm about to ruin my night and stuff. He does tell, what advice do you tell her? Like, don't not tussle, but don't get into scuffles with other ladies and stuff or whatever, and you'll have a good night. But it was just, again, wasn't giving, we fall in love with each other more and more every day. But whatever. So we're at dinner, y'all. We're at dinner, or Cynthia actually stepped on Porsha's foot, which that was actually funny. I can't even admit that was really funny to moi. And so from here, y'all, Kelli thanks the ladies for their donations at the dinner table. And then Shamea goes on to say that you can't be rolling up in Rolls Royces and Birkins and not give. Okay. Again, we all know who she's talking about. Brit clearly picks up on who she's talking about. And you're being passive aggressive, and I'm going to call you out for it. And you're just going to continue to try to play in my face is literally what happened. And this is where Kelli says, I think verbatim, I'm not saying it was the best donation, but I think in Brit's situation, she's not aware of how much to give her, what to do. And if we're going to show up and be that girl, you need to be that girl in all aspects of your life. So as her best friend, you couldn't even pull her to the side and say that? Like, that was harsh to just throw out there. And it's like, are you trying to do this to get in good with who you think you should be getting in good with? I guess in this case, it would be Shamea or whatever. You do know that if it came between you and Shamea and you, Kelli, that, you know that if it comes between you, Kelli, and Porsha, Shamea is going to side with and take up for Porsha. Like, she wouldn't have done something like that and thrown, her under the bus for like somebody like you. I do feel maybe, obviously it might be different now, but at that point in time, it's like, Kelli, you're going so hard for somebody who's trying to impress another bitch and not even you. So what are we doing? Like, why did you need to do that? And it's giving like, yeah, y'all clearly, we know they wasn't really deep down inside friends like that for real, for real. Y'all probably got cool like some months before the show, and that was just that. But it really wasn't truly founded on anything for real, probably, because you wouldn't have then said no crazy shit like that. Because if you were really a true bestie, you would have pulled her to the side in that moment and been like, girl, we're gonna need a little bit more. Like, this isn't looking good. The other lady sent this much. Like, girl, or if you like, you would have pulled her to the side. It wouldn't even turn into all this as a best friend. Just saying. Ooh, y'all! My special guest is here. Look who it is!
Hey.
Oh, yay! You made it.
I did. I'm trying to save. I hope it. Oh, well, let me put. I gotta put a title in. I'm just gonna put a roller real quick. Hi guys. Hi sis.
Hi.
Oh, I had this on so I can make sure that I could hear you and didn't miss a beat. Okay, let me turn that down too. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, I'm late. I was doing hair and driving home and all that good stuff. But I was listening in, and I say good evening to everyone. Hello, everyone.
I appreciate it. So, what
You're on
are
point
you?
Girl, you've been on point for most of everything.
Let me know how you felt. If there's anything that you wanted to throw in there about something before earlier on it, just you do your
As far as like you were saying, Brit was doing things where you be like, I agree, the pigs were flying. I'm like, you're annoying, and at the same time, I can see some of the things that is making her the person she is. The things that are it stems from the mom, the sister, the relationship that they have, and that's why she doesn't like do well, I think, with other people. I'm so sorry that I feel like I have an echo.
No, I've been trying to figure out why I'm like not in at the normal frame angle that I usually am, and it's because my chair is up too high this whole time. I was like, why am I not in the frame how I usually am? Okay, now I'm where I'm supposed to be. Okay, keep going.
So, excuse me. So, I feel like Brit is always trying to be the center of attention, and I don't know if that's something that might happen with her and her sisters. Hey, thank you, my love. You know how to keep it fly.
Like it. What did you do different today?
I've been doing my little quick weave, so I just cut it down way more better.
I like this.
I've been trying to get it to the perfect style, so I've done it like 3 times.
You know, I would like it even more if it was red, but I like it.
Oh, it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. I'm just waiting, the summer to kick all the way in. I had it blonde one time, honey blonde. The whole thing was real honey blonde for my son's graduation. It was really pretty. I got a lot of compliments, but at that time I was just I started walking, so my tan was a little bit better. So that's why the red is gonna come when I get a little bit more tanned for the summertime. So yes, y'all, thank you so much, Kev. You know, I appreciate your comments, and I know you mean well when you tell me the hair looks good. It means it looks good. That's what it means. So anyway, getting back to Brit, like I said, I feel like she's always fighting to be the center of attention or to get her point across, or that she doesn't feel like she's being heard. So sometimes I feel like I try to give her the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes she annoys me, but for the most part, she was not annoying me as much. Yes, she annoyed me when she bought that box and said that a truck was coming, her husband was coming, whatever the case may be. Any of that she was talking about and it didn't happen, don't do that again. Don't. That's Housewife 101. We don't say stuff on camera and don't show it or pull through, or especially when it comes to you guys donating something. Like, come on now, don't do that. That just don't even sound right. So I was so disappointed with this box that she was carrying, that it had nothing in it. It looked like she literally just went in her garage or her pantry. I have a pantry in my bathroom, so that's where I keep my toilet paper. But it's just I say garage because of the box.
Mine's in the garage, so yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So literally, I just feel like she just got that out of the garage and said, you know what? This is what I have right now. I'm not about to go, I don't have, not that I'm not going to go all out. She probably ran out of time and she didn't put much thought into it.
Brit brings me that, and yeah, in that moment, I can literally see her like rushing, getting ready, like being 100% ready. Let me jump in the car. Right? Oh shit! I'm supposed to actually bring something other than my body. Goes into the okay, 1, 2, gets in the car. Like it was about her making sure she got there to film the scene more than it probably was about like, oh shit, I'm supposed to come with bearing gifts. Duh. She gives that.
We already know her etiquette as far as like, not feeding everyone at her event. So her etiquette is a little off, even though, you tried to blame it on everybody else. It's still your event. If there was not enough food, yeah, you should have ordered some food, ordered some pizza, Uber some food there, something. I don't know. Because Georgia is big and spread out because, it is. But you should have did better. But I didn't appreciate that. And then what else did it? I'm trying to think of any. Oh, the waterfall scene was beautiful. The kind of photo ops and all that juicy booty moving around, honey. And Shamea, you look great. If you wasn't 2-piece ready, I understand. It's up inside. It's us looking at ourselves. It's not what everybody else thinks. It's us being comfortable within ourselves and what we're comfortable with showing. But mama, you look great. So if you wouldn't have said one word to us, we wouldn't have been like, Shamea, nobody would have been looking at Shamea like that. Not one person. I don't think one person would have said anything bad about Shamea. So I love that. She looked great. Yes, honey, they was getting it, and it was a good time. Cynthia's body, even though it was thicker, and it's still body yaddy yaddy, and I just love this. This is a nice move right here. This looks fun. It looks like great time. So I love that part. As far as the food for Brit, there was no food for Brit. I was like, karma came back and bit you real quick. But I mean, still not cool. Still not cool. You shouldn't have did that. Y'all, you gotta make sure. Like maybe, or are y'all not friends enough and y'all didn't know? Have it not been a conversation? I just feel like it was a hit and miss. Phaedra wasn't there, but I don't know. I don't feel like they don't know. I don't think they knew. I can't hear you, sis. You're on mute.
Probably not. But I don't know. I guess I'm just like hypersensitive to that because like I remember when that happened on Potomac. That happened when Karen had her last Lovers Lagoon party, whatever that thing was in her backyard. And I remember Kay doesn't eat like cheese or something like that, and like everybody else had food and she didn't. And like I personally no, yeah, Brit, you should have had food for everybody, and that probably was your karma. But no, I do feel like as a host or like a trip coordinator, like that's something that I would feel really bad about if I overlooked or whatever. Like that's a basic human thing, eating. So
yeah, and there's so many things that people are vegan, all the different things that people are. I eat everything, just not. I mean, I am a picky eater, but I don't. I eat everything. Or I'm supposed to engage.
Bariatric brat doll vibes.
I'm part of that crew, bro. I'm part of that crew, so it's gonna give it to you.
Hey, geriatric or not, I was here for. I was really here for that. I wanted to put my bathing suit on and join. Like they looked like they was really having fun.
May I say, Porsha's butt is really, 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 really big. It almost looks like a horse or a donkey booty. That's what. That's what Phaedra call it. I like a good old donkey booty. That's what Phaedra got. I mean, that's what Porsha got. I'm like, girl, your waistline is snatched and everything, but your butt is so big. It's a lot. I'm not saying it look bad. I'm just saying it's a lot.
It's a whole other person. And
I know what else I need to talk about, but go ahead.
No.
No. What was you about to say?
Going back to this comment that Kelli said about, let's remember Brit now has Kelly's stylist, hence why she looks better in her fashions, and may also be a catalyst why Brit and Kelly are no longer friends. That BFF acknowledgement was a pure farce. I do know that, yeah, the stylist sided with Brit in all of this to the point that he I'm not sure pronouns, but I believe unfollowed like all the other ladies. So
wait a minute, let me get it right.
the stylist unfollowed all the other
Kelly's
ladies.
stylist is on Brit's side, and
remember earlier on in the season, she was like, "Where did they go? They went to Tennessee or whenever they went to go do that Porsha's trip. I'm pretty sure that was when Kelly trip. Yeah, Kelly brought the stylist out there and was like, yeah, I know Brit, you've been going through a lot and stuff like that, and I know you don't have a stylist. So she was like letting her utilize his services or whatever. Like she did that as a friend. And then fast forward, whatever happened to the point of the stylist taking Brit's side, and now only, I guess, not working with Kelly at all anymore, and only exclusively working with Brit.
Oh, ouch. I hope they address that at the reunion. And the other point that I wanted to make is the way you keep saying that. I don't know how to word it, but it's Charles and Angela, and how what is the word she said, that they're not building, they are falling more and more in love every day. They're falling more in love every day. Okay. In love, or are they're is that the right word? She says they're falling in love more every day.
Yeah, like they're like, yeah, it's just like they're something to, yeah. Pretty much.
I'm gonna need her to fall in love with herself every day, more and more every day. Fall in love with yourself so that you can be a whole person for this dude, or vice versa, or whomever it is, whoever you about to fill cup up with, you got to give it to yourself first. So all that trying to explain this to us, Lucy, stop doing that, because we don't believe you. Charles, I don't know if he's doing this. I don't know if he's doing this out of fight, the phone calls and this dismissiveness, but she knows who she's married to. So when you're on the outside looking in, it looks terrible. I'm not giving the dude no pass, because she's not. She says she's still irritated with it, and she lets us know that kind of stuff. So I feel like she's a woman of her word. She gonna say something. So I'm not worried about her confronting him. I think she will. But I don't like the way he's treating her on camera, and I don't know where that's coming from. Where's that animosity? It's not even animosity. It's just that I don't know if he's
nonchalance.
It's almost like he's trying to bring her down a notch. Like, don't think you about to be on this show and get on your high horse. Please don't think you about to sit on your high horse, because I'm not the one. Just like how, and it's not even about her, because remember when she first came on, she said, that's Charles Oakley. Put some respect on his name. Remember when she first got there, she said that.
And I was like, well, no.
I was like,
nope, we're not about to do it. That's yeah. I was like, she's always championing, going up for him and being his biggest fan. I just don't see that ever reciprocated. Like, oh yeah, you.
But he literally, down on that, when she said that, you see how he just kind of, they ain't gotta respect me. I was like, what? Because it was like a double scratch. What are you talking about? And then he gonna come back with that, like, huh? What are y'all talking about? So then again, we see it again with her and him, the way he's treating her. It's just a thing that I think he just like to knock people off their peg. Like, I don't need you to tell me nothing, or I run this, and that's why he got ran out of the stadium and can't go back. That same thing.
Yeah, it's not equivalent, and I really just
there's no reciprocity at all.
It's not, and I feel like that's obviously what everybody's picking up on. Obviously, we'll get into the. Hey, Feisty.
I'm late too, Bookie Boo. My girl. I was late too. But you know what? The party don't. Wait, what they say? A party don't party, party don't start till I come in or whatever the little song. I can't think of how it go, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I start the party when I get there, then the party starts.
Yeah, I think it's that too, and it might not even be as bad as we seem, but maybe it's like, yeah, like we don't like, oh, kiss me, do like, we don't even be like that, like, and it might not be even from a place of malice or like you don't mess with her like that, because I mean, I ultimately like to think he does, but she might be trying to obviously, yes, play it up and lay it on thicker than they normally even do, and he's like,
not
we're
doing
supposed
that.
to be being, true to ourselves, and you trying to lay it on thick for the cameras, and I'm not ever going to do that.
Do you think she have? Do you guys in the chat and you, Barb? Do you think she has some type of insecurity about her husband, and she's kind of like laying, not like silently, passive aggressively, and she doesn't never give me passive aggressive. So when I say this, I'm just saying it to this specific thing. Is she, make, kissing him, saying, he want to, do on their anniversary, whatever, and wasn't able to. Do you think that she's like trying to not put on for the camera, but like let other people know, like, we work on our stuff, whatever? If he's telling y'all something, I'm not saying he cheating, because I don't want to make it seem like whatever he's telling other people, because I feel like he got to be telling somebody something. He's not. It's too many people that saying Charles just don't like his wife. Charles don't just like Angela. He doesn't like Angela. It's like, dang, if he don't, ain't he telling somebody? He's got to be saying something to somebody.
I don't know. Like, it's like I need to see more in order for me to really like come down and say this is what I exactly think it is. As much as I will say though, I want to save this for like the ring part of the conversation when that came up.
Yeah.
But she, like I said before, I feel like she goes like super hard for him, and I just pray and hope that even if it's not for us, even if it's not in front of our faces, some way, somehow he is reciprocating that energy more than just monetarily. Because what I do feel like is happening is she's making a lot of compromises to accommodate, or I shouldn't say compromises. She's being very accommodating to, if that's his demeanor, if that's how he is, to what he likes and dislikes and how he's going to be. It seems like she's had to, I'm not going to say change herself, but again, going back to the ring of it all, she's like, yeah, that was a big thing at first, but to him, that's just who he is and stuff like that. So it's just like, okay, so 1 point for Charles, 0 points for Angela. And there's just been a couple different things that have happened that have made me think like, okay, you're being way more accommodating to like him than he is to you. And even the show, then if that's the case, if she's being so accommodating and to you and how you want to go about being her husband, then you also still need to reciprocate that. And even being on the show, then you should be more of a team player. You don't want to be a team player and wear your ring. You can't be a team player and show up better on the show then, so people stop looking at me crazy. Like, it's just no, like, there has to give me something to work with. And he wasn't on that phone, over here, over there. Like, it's just.
But let's be clear, he got into it with her mama. So you think if he made my computer's probably gonna start acting up. I forgot my little freezer thing. I just texted my son to get it, so I might go off camera so that if I freeze, y'all can still hear me. So I'm just gonna go off camera for a little bit. But anyway, I literally think this is just the type of person he is. Like, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if the man, I don't want to put this on him, but if he has some kind of mental thing, and that's why he likes to cook and be by himself and do those type of things to keep his calmness. He might have a touch of bipolar, or he might, he might have something that's like a mental thing that I ain't trying to be mean, but I'm not about to change for y'all, and it's my way or you don't like it. And or when they say that they're in debt, so much money, like, is that his money? Oh no, they're married, but like, how much money of it is his? Did she go to him and be like,
He's never
husband?
been specific about that.
Yeah, but she wasn't specific, huh? So
Yeah, she's never been specific enough for us to decipher. Like, on one hand, it's like, I was a millionaire. I was
self-made millionaire, self-made
yeah,
millionaire.
I was a boss before, he came in the picture pretty much, and she's had all this success and stuff before he was even in the picture. So that made me think, like, okay, so did you guys go 50-50? Did you? But then she's also, walking him around as if he's, the just the complete money pots at the same time, and she needs to, show him what his money has gone to. I don't know. It's hard to decipher if he's funding everything or if you're funding it too. And regardless, I don't care if he's funding everything, you still, that's not enough. Like, goodbye. There still needs to be emotional support. There still needs to be physical support. There still needs to be, like, all of those things. So and that's not exactly what I'm saying, but at the same time, y'all know, just like you said before, oh, I'm married to Charles Oakley, like, put some respect in saying boop boop boop. She's made it clear to us that she ain't going nowhere. She ain't coming up off him. So ultimately, if she likes it, I love it. Until we see something like concrete to say, was this him freaking making out this lady at this lounge? Then I'm just gonna be off it, because she's made it clear that she ain't coming up off of Charles Oakley. So if she don't care about the ring enough to leave him, if she don't care about him not saying I miss you and all that stuff, clearly she is okay with it enough to stay with him. So whatever.
I agree. I ain't in it. All I'm saying is I just want to bring that part up. Like, I mean, I get it. I mean, that's their 8th anniversary. It's not the first anniversary. Hopefully it's not their last anniversary. And what I heard Bondi say this too, but I was already on this. Why y'all just couldn't do something else on another day? Like, I get that it's the anniversary day, but like, you
conflict for a lot of people.
Yeah, but sometimes it just your dates don't match up, and then you still go. Your birthday is on a Wednesday, but you celebrating your birthday that Saturday. It's not that big a deal. It's not like, oh, I didn't celebrate on my birthday because my birthday was that Wednesday. I don't want to do it on Saturday. Well, okay, well, whatever. That's what it's given, and I'm just like, it's not that serious. And he didn't have to be that mean to her. I feel like your daughter was sitting right there. You know what I mean? The daughter was sitting right there. She put her face in the camera, and then panned over. It's like, dang, you gonna be mean to me in front of the kid like this? Like, he's special.
Yeah.
I've been saying that in everybody's chat. He's special.
I mean, like, we, knock on wood, especially with the way our life is set up, we haven't had to spend any anniversaries apart yet. Hopefully that doesn't happen. That could always be my future. But we've spent several Valentine's days, like, apart or whatever. Like, sometimes that's gonna happen. You hope it doesn't, but sometimes that does. However, more so going back to now we're just like jumping all over the place at this point. More so going back to when she brought up the like, oh, he might be feeling that way because I didn't, or on anniversaries, usually we know what accompanies anniversaries at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, though, I'm assuming then that you guys did that before you left. Like, that's where the disconnect starts with me too at the same time, because it's like you're saying, and then I think back to what Brit said, the shade she threw in regards to maybe you're not, taking care of things how you should be or whatever. I don't know. There's just a lot of just gray area around here. So
you sip my little wine right there.
Exactly. Where were we in the actual episode? Oh, them at this dinner. Yes. So the donation conversation with Shamea being passive aggressive. on one hand, we have Brit saying that Shamea, you said donate whatever you feel. We got Kelli throwing her supposed bestie up under the bus. We have Brit saying, or Porsha then bringing up how Brit apparently said that she didn't feel supported, and then that turns into Brit saying, or they kind of had a back and forth. This is before the prime minister even showed up. They kind of get into a back and forth because Porsha doesn't like her tone, but Brit isn't backing down at the same time because she's like, you didn't even, apparently there was this group text created, and Porsha had asked the ladies to provide their like name and number or whatever, so she knew who she was talking to and stuff. And a couple of them didn't, apparently, one of them being Brit. And so then when Brit was in there texting, Porsha was like, who is this? And she's like, well, girl, like, you didn't even have my number saved, so how are you gonna come, saying this to me? Like, what I will say about the group text is I feel like there's only ultimately 3 new ladies. There's not, y'all group is only so big. Process of elimination would tell you already. I know you already have Shamea's. Well, I would assume you do. You guys are quote unquote best friends, but who even knows? You might not even have her number saved. Anyway, not Shamea's number saved. Phaedra, Cynthia. Who else is it? I mean, obviously not yourself.
Angela put her name in there. Angela's name is on the text because I seen Angela Oakley. I seen her name is on there.
Unless you're being petty, you should have Drew's number still saved. So that would then only leave Kelli and Brit.
But which is which? And
which is which? Yeah, that's conundrum, but it's not as big of a conundrum as I feel like one would think, because you act like, again, the group is just so big. Process of elimination could kind of tell you, and a little bit of context could kind of tell you, oh, this is probably this one versus this one. But what do I know? I wasn't in the text thread. And it just, I don't really care too much about the whole supported versus unsupported Brit and Porsha of it all, as much as the other half of the conversation about the donations really is like the true conversation, in my opinion, because we're not really understanding how it all went down. Because on one hand, it's being said, like, Shamea, you're making it seem like you took her to the side, you met up over here, you got a side conversation, whoop, whoop, whoop. But then Brit is still over here like, well, you weren't that specific. That's not how it went down. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I don't know at this point. But what I will say is that, and I think I said this earlier when I first touched on it, that, or actually, let me ask, the $1,000 threshold, regardless if it was $1,000 or $250, I still ultimately think that was actually even lower than I thought originally, because again, we're talking about Housewives here. I assumed it was like going to be like $5,000 worth is what we were talking about. I was shocked when I heard only $1,000. Again, I mean, I'll take $1,000 right now, like if somebody has it to give me, but it just wasn't as much as I thought any of them would be giving. But who am I to judge?
Well, it depends on what we talking about. Like, it depends on what they discussed and what were they taking, because literally Shamea looked like she was clearing out her garage.
Yeah,
it was all boxed up nice and neatly. I don't know what was in the boxes, but what I'm saying is there was a lot of boxes there. So depending on what you were doing and what you were sending would offset what you need to bring or what you were trying to help with, or maybe they wanted the money. Maybe they asked for some stuff that was specific. So all I do know is, Brit, yours fell flat and it wasn't enough. And if it wasn't, I'm with you. $1,000 don't seem like enough for those ladies on the Housewives. I feel like that's like nothing to them. They do that when they go eat. Like, eat, have some drinks. We spending that on that. Like, it's especially if you're having seafood. Like that's easy,
Yeah,
easy to do.
easy.
So, or a tomahawk. Like this is like.
Literally.
However, low ball $1,000, or if it was literally a donation is exactly what it is. I'm donating what I got to give. If you only have what you got, this is all you have. Then this is what you have. And if you living beyond your means, or you're making it seem like you're living beyond your means, or is your money all tied up? Like how Kevin Hart would say, the way my bank account is set up. If it wasn't that, because that's okay. That's okay. Just say that. Don't come up with the truck is coming and Mike is coming, and then we don't need all of that. We don't need all that. Just say, girl, this is what I have. I was literally gonna get some money, but I know anybody can use some toilet paper or paper towel or whatever it was she brought, and then just say, I'm gonna get what I'd rather donate my money, because I literally just all I had.
Yeah,
I don't have to stop.
I feel like the conversation could just continue to be focused on that aspect of it all, had Shamea not gaslit Brit the way she did throughout this entire episode. We would still be over here looking at Brit like girl, really? That's all you?
Yeah, we would have been still side-eyeing her. But here's the thing,
Shamea.
I think Shamea's been doing this through her and Porsha's friendship, and this is why it's coming to the forefront. I think that exactly. Shamea doesn't speak up for herself when it comes to her and her best friend. So with that being said, she kind of does that in a roundabout way to people, where she feels like, I ain't gonna rock the boat. I'm rocking the boat, but not that much. Girl, say what you gotta say. Mean what you saying. Say what you gotta say, and say what you're saying with your chest, and it's okay. Whether it's mean or not mean, if it's what you really feel, that's just how you feel about it, and then that's it. Now, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But if you say it with conviction and this is how you feel, then say it. Don't be all passive aggressive about it. There's no reason to do that.
They have most Shamea and Porsha, yeah, that is definitely how Shamea has conducted herself throughout their, which is why they're in out. Yes, she definitely. That's why I just don't understand. You be the loudest one, talk about shots and party and and this and that. You do the fun one, the good vibe girl. Any other time, you're so vocal about getting the party started, but when it comes to being direct, and things that can be, and it's not even like you have to be there has to be actual confrontation. You guys need to have a fight and argue and all this stuff. Like, no, you should be able to address things directly with somebody, and it just stay at bay, and it just stay at that. You just being direct and getting something off your chest. But for whatever reason, Shamea, you continue to shy away from these opportunities to speak your piece. And I feel like, it was one thing with Porsha, and now it's another thing now over here with Brit, where you should have spoke the fuck up, and you just didn't do that for whatever reason. But you had such an issue with it enough to go and talk to this group of ladies about it. You talk to these group of ladies about it. You say you're just, now you're still quote unquote harping on it. So it's like, if it was that much of a bother, you should have taken it instead of being aggressive.
I'm sorry, Kika, I thought she said she took her to Houston though.
Yeah, but then it's like on the after show, I hear that, I want to say it was Porsha that was like, I didn't even know how much it was to donate. It was like the day before or whatever. And I want to say that Brit also was speaking to the tune of it just not being made, like none of this was being that made clear, or she wasn't harping on it as much as she's been harping on it behind the scenes to us and to everybody else. Like, she didn't make it as big of a mountain as she's trying to make it now in this moment. That's what I have an issue with, which does that not sound as familiar as the wedding and her not showing up to the wedding, and then 10 years later now you're like, I've had this bone I've been sitting on for so long over here. And yeah, you might have made passive aggressive statements about it. You may have picked it with her a little bit at first or whatever, but no, you probably didn't like stick it to the person how you were supposed to in that moment, which is the same tune that you're stepping to now again, Shamea. So that's just how you operate in these types of predicaments. You shy away from them instead of speaking from your chest.
Well, these are the responses that you're gonna get. Then you're not gonna be able to. You don't get to tell people how to respond. You can do what you can do. That's why you need to say it with your chest, speak your truth, and not beat around the bush. Because it's funny to see Brit call you out on it.
Exactly, because and again, Brit has her things about her, but we can't even stay and focus on Brit and her things because Shamea, you are just reminding us why you don't need to be front and center and why you were not truly going to end this season being that girl, because that girl speaks from the chest. Anyway,
well, let's talk about who does speak from chest. Who is this? Girl, I mean, it's just the fact that Brit don't know where to Brit don't know, she don't really know the etiquette, and she really don't know what to do and how to act, and she's literally an airhead. So I'm just trying to figure out why we even putting so much pressure on her when we know she's not the sharpest tool. She ain't the sharpest tool in the damn drawer. I was like,
Kelly's pissed me off, like really.
You are making it worse, Kelli. I was like, Kelli, and you know you're supposed to be her friend. I was like, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to get it off. I just had to get that one out.
I was
really Kelli did that. I was like, that's because she was having, she was having a lap dog moment.
They're two lap dogs in a pod. And I can't how about that. The prime minister. Okay. Homeboy was looking kind of young. I definitely wasn't expecting that, but okay, cool. They were also surprised by it. So much so that they were, they definitely had to eye and see if he had a ring on. You got kids, how old did they get? What's your credit score? So they of course had the antennas went up once he rolled up and stuff. And so they had a nice conversation with him and everything. It went well enough. They were able to table the bullshit in the moment enough. And it was a producer that actually asked them, like, okay, who do we think that would be the best option to be a first lady of Grenada? And I know who I picked personally. I don't know about everybody else, but even though this person pissed me off this episode and has been pissing me off in the last couple episodes because I expected better from her.
That'd be the little one. The little one.
Yeah, it would be Kelli. It would be Kelli because she is like, even though obviously, as I was just saying, she has her things, what she also has is, I feel like she can really back some stuff up as far as what would need to be done in that type of role. I think that she would be able to build a rapport with the people in the community and in the country and everything. And then I also think that she would be able to fit the bill, like physically and all. Like, I think that she would be able to put up the facade that is needed in order to play into those types of roles. I do. She gets things done. I feel like, she's been able to, I mean, yes, have we seen her have her breakdowns and stuff like that? But it does seem like she high 10 by 10. She got the girls, they well taken care of. And doesn't seem like she skipped a beat as far as them being taken care of or whatever. Yeah, the one business and stuff, the stuff that she went through wasn't by her own doing. I think she keeps her own stuff together, how it needs to be taken or needs to be kept together. But she should have never married that man in the first place, and she wouldn't be obviously cleaning up the messes that she's cleaning up now. Yeah, so that's why I based my answer on that.
I agree with you. I definitely think that Kelli, out of all the ladies, is the better choice. We already know why Porsha is not the choice. We saw how she thought that Captain Crunch was somebody, and yeah,
Are you? Oh wait, are you calling him? All right, are you calling him
I'm
that
calling Simon because of his jacket.
he looked at the wedding?
The Captain Crunch jacket.
Oh, I just deleted that too. I used to have that on here.
The Captain Crunch outfit. Yes.
Yes. Dang, I just
And
deleted it.
yeah, she literally thought that was the business. Like they was like really doing it. So yeah, we already know what to expect with you. You just want to go have a 10 wedding. You just want to go have 10 weddings, take 10,000 pictures, and fake the funk like you did on last year for Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine, lovers. By yourself while you not with that dude. Girl, go sit your ass down. All right, go ahead. That's just crazy to do.
Put a pin in that. We definitely have to talk about him before we get off
And
here.
and that's just crazy too, because you got Bravo like that. Because you know we wanted Porsha Gubadia. She's so whack for that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm about to throw up. Oh God. Anyway, yes, Prime Minister, cute. He, leaves.
He's young looking. He's
yeah,
young
he
looking.
really was.
He wasn't he wasn't fine or nothing, but he was young. When he said he had a 17-year-old, I said, okay, so even if he had a kid at 17, that make him 34. Bring him up. I don't think he had a kid at 17, but I was just giving him the youngest.
Like early.
He's probably about 40. He's probably about 38, 39, 40, somewhere up in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, young looking dude, because he didn't even have no really facial hair on his face, and he had a nice smile, and his demeanor was cool, and he sat down with them. I liked all of that. So yeah, I liked all of that.
Yeah, it was funny. It was cute. It was a key. So much so that they continue the conversation around like, I don't think he's there because I didn't keep a ring, girl. Oh, well, you can't really base it off of that because Charles doesn't wear his ring.
Why is it that we need to know what Angela's going on? Did she got Tourette's or something?
That
was a good one.
I laughed.
Just because you can't give nobody no information on what you got going on, you got other people that want to divulge information that they can't. You mad? Sit your ass down.
It's actually no. It was more so the fact that Porsha, you just told on yourself. You don't want her. You're looking at her in disbelief and shock because you're thinking like, why would you offer up some information that we just gonna use against you, girl? That was just Porsha telling on herself. As me, girl.
Angela will have an answer for that ass. Don't do that. Chicago is gonna have an answer. Angela is not one to be, and I'm not saying like fighting words. I mean fighting wise, but fighting words. Angela gonna have it together, and she not gonna like have to really raise. She don't even really raise her voice, just like how Porsha ran when she walked down them stairs and said, "You said what about my husband? You said what? Huh? Oh, okay, because I thought you was gonna walk up the stairs." Okay.
Oh, absolutely. And the other part of that is Angela actually, lo and behold, she's actually doing it the correct way, which is to spray your own tea before somebody sprays that on you. So, and that's pretty much how she's been conducting herself. I want to say throughout this entire season, where she has said these things and stuff like that and brought certain things up because that takes the salaciousness off of it. That allows her to not be put in a position where the other ladies can be like, oh, well, I saw Charles out. He had no ring on, girl.
Come on.
Or, the blogs are now like, oh my God. Like, so much of that has been taken off the table because she's let it be known. Like, and that just shows you guys that when you guys go on these shows and stuff like that or whatever, you can actually conduct yourself another way and it still turn out well and the audience can still like you. I do feel like Angela played, I don't want to say this because I'm so scared that in the morning when I wake up and look at my phone, it's going to some crazy shit's going to be on there like it was all last week, every turn and twist that we looked, y'all. But I want to say that Angela has conducted herself in a very exceptional way for first her rookie season, because I don't feel like she's put herself, I mean, yes, at first when she broke down the kids' ages and all that, were we like, okay, this is not side babe, not really making sense, girl.
Right.
Yeah, deep down inside, some of the things that she said and some of the things that have came up so far could circle the block and come up again. I'm not saying that they can't, but for the most part, I don't think, like, if I was her, I wouldn't be like so scared to show up to the reunion and be like, oh my God, well, they go, God, I hope they haven't.
They're gonna get me.
See him during the off season without his ring on, or I hope that, you know, this other thing that I said, like, I don't think that she has brought down the barometer of things that can be thrown back in her face. I will say that.
I agree with that. Eminem, if you will, you know, on 8 Mile, when he put out everything about himself, and then when the dude went to go diss him, he couldn't, because he had already said all the stuff about him himself. So now what you gonna say?
Fun.
You look.
That's literally
but it's funny because like you said, I feel like Angela is not scared to come to the reunion. Thank you so much. She's not gonna be scared to come to the reunion. And I mean, here's the thing. I was thinking about this when you were talking about it. Well, I don't know, not you, somebody else that I was watching. I guess the excuse is that he doesn't wear his ring. One of the excuses that he doesn't wear his ring because he wears gold and he must have a platinum ring. And he doesn't wear. Okay, so for me, if y'all millionaires or you self-made million and you got all this money, buy him a freaking gold ring. Get him a gold one and get him a platinum one. I don't give a. See, this is the reason why me and my husband had this discussion. My ring is gold. I like gold on my skin. I love it. And it's no disrespect to platinum. Platinum is gorgeous. It's not on me. It don't look as good on my skin. It don't pop like it needs to pop on my skin. It looks good. I look good in silver. It depends on what I wear, but I wear more gold. Gold pops on my. Look at gold looking light, but look at my wrist. I have gold and silver on my watch. It doesn't look bad though. It doesn't. That silver ain't. You know, the silver ain't doing nothing that bad. It's just for me. It just, if it was all gold, I'd be like. Ugh. But you know what I mean? I mean, it's this little Apple Watch. It ain't nothing fancy or swanky. My auntie thought, she was like, "Oh, I love your Rolex." I said, "This is not no damn Rolex, auntie. This is a Temu special with for the iPhone watch." Oh my God. You know, my auntie, bless her heart, I love her. You know, that's just because she think that I'm fly like that I would own one. No, girl, I'm not spending that much money on no watch. I'm from the era where we used to be able to call the time. Oh, shout out to Erica De Niro, because I was in her thing one day and she was talking about that, and I still remember the number. And it's so funny when I'm watching her. I'm usually watching her on my TV and not live on my phone, so I can comment and say what I need to say. But I literally that day I got on my phone before she even said the number, and I said the number 853-1212, and then she literally was like, "Is it 853-1212?" Because she's from California too. So I was like, I know the number, but I'm older than her. I think I got Erica by like 10. I think she's like 42 or 43. But however,
I don't know how old the diva is. I always wonder.
Diva's, I think, 42 or 43. She's somewhere in the. She ain't 45. She ain't that old. She's might be 41. But she's like in the sweet spot of 40 and 43, somewhere sitting up in there. Only reason why I know, because she says stuff where I can tell where she was at the time when she tells me what she's talking about. So literally with the time, that kind of stuff. Like I said, I got 9 or 10 years old on her. But wise behind the years. I love the diva. Shout out to the diva. So yeah, I'm from the age where I know with the time. I used to call the time. I have a clock. I got a big clock in the house. I ain't about to go spend no big old money on no watch. Are you crazy?
I just would rather I don't think that maybe it's because I haven't made it that big yet in life to where this would be even a thought in my mind to go spend thousands of dollars on diamonds. Speaking into existence. But no, I don't even know if like that, I don't think that would be my thing. And I don't know if it's because, y'all know I stay decked in Melinda Maria. Check the description box for my code.
I love that lady's name. That lady got the most beautiful name I've ever heard. Melinda, right? Is her name? Such a beautiful name.
It is
such
Melinda.
a beautiful name.
But
if you know, you know.
I don't know. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, if I win the lottery, I need to buy all the diamonds and all the like super expensive, all the rappers, they got these $100,000 chains and stuff like that. Like, I don't, all that stuff looks usually like super gaudy to me. I mean, I would like, some nice like vintage pieces and certain things, but like only, I feel like it's more special when those are one gifted to you. And like, I don't even wear the real jewelry I do have at this point, other than I wear like two or three of my real rings, but for the most part, all my other jewelry is
every for you to move around and layer up.
I like to wear and switch it up so much that it's just easier to do it that way, rather than like I've lost like 2 pairs of diamond earrings before snorkeling, and I said from then on out I'm never taking. Yeah, don't ask.
Yeah, never mind. Never wearing, never going snorkeling again.
Yeah,
I'm never doing that again. No way. No, just joking. So sorry, we sidetracking. That was just.
And I know exactly what happened because like the like wouldn't go on right, and like he was trying to like put it. I'm like, it's not going on right. He's like trying to like smash on my head. I'm like, it's not.
Yikes. You got to get the screw back, babies. I know you probably did though, because I don't think
yeah, I got some. Replaced them, got new backs, and then I haven't worn them. I haven't worn them
either. I wouldn't either.
Where am I?
No, but didn't one of the housewives? What was that? Oh, Mike told Brit not to wear her diamonds on the trip. Well, look at what happened with Shamea.
Oh, I'm wearing she was like, oh, it's more like tribal vibes or something like that because I'm
that was
tell me to leave my real diamond. That sounded so fake and rehearsed.
Everything she said when she does those little small bites of things that she says, why you say that? We don't need to know that kind of stuff. Leave that in your head. Stop talking to us like that. We don't need to know that kind of stuff. We don't want to know that because I'm wearing even Mike was like, okay, even though he's one to pump her big head up, make it bigger. She's blowing her head up.
She doesn't know who she is as a person. No. She's just she's trying to emulate whatever she's seeing done, and she's just trying to go off of what she thinks she should be doing or how it's done or whatever. That's she's trying to portray this one thing versus actually finding herself and who she is and solidifying who Brit wants to show up as in the world. And shout outs actually to Claudia of all people, because I did actually for whatever reason watch Carlos and them, and I actually I'll play what Claudia said later because she really hit the nail on the head with her assessment of Brit and how she's just so lost, and I feel like the production, they failed her. Like, she's just so misinformed, and nobody just pulled her aside and was like, girl, this is how it's supposed to be done, this is what you should be doing, yada yada yada. But
do you think that they do that to any other of the ladies? Because if that's the case, I feel like I don't think that she should get special privilege. But don't come on here acting like I got it all together. I know I'm this, I'm that, and then you came for the queen, and me and you we feel the same way about Kenya. We don't feel like she's the queen, but we started giving a little more like to it.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, I am not startled. I am dying. What island did you go to?
Yeah, where was this?
I'm curious. Let me know.
Yeah,
I'm going there soon.
yeah.
It just, she's just an interesting character. But let's finish off this episode so then
go ahead, please, because literally
tidbits. Yeah, the ring. Last thing on that, I wasn't thrown off by that because like I don't freak out about that because Delonte doesn't wear his ring all the time either. Like
my husband wear his right here.
To the
and the
gym.
reason why he's skinny, he lost weight, so his ring don't fit.
There's that. Neither does his. His real ring doesn't fit, and he wears the rubber ones. Like that's his regular ring at this point now.
I'm not mad at that. As long as it's got I don't care if it's a twisty tie and it's just on your left hand. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're making a conscious decision, you, my brother, and anyone else is making a conscious decision to put something on that finger that signifies that that's what it is, even if it's not mine. But when my wife looks over and she sees that it's a damn twisty tie on my hand, but I put it there to let her know that I don't wear my ring, but this is what it is. You have an understanding. Your babe has the rubber rings. I have an understanding. My husband has his necklace on. I see the thing dangling around his neck. We've been together 25 years. I like that. It's like for some people, it don't bother people. Like if he wasn't wearing it at all, it wasn't nowhere near him, then I would be like, so where your ring at? That would make me be like that. But because I know it don't fit, I know where it's at. And neither one of us, we've been in a jewelry shop buying jewelry for our kids. And we about to go buy something soon for my son is about to be 18 on the 22nd. Shout out to Michael Lee. And so literally, I'm just like, sometimes we get so caught up in stuff. And I'm naked without my ring, but I have a band on my ring. Look, if I take my ring off, this is what I have. So I literally can take it off and I still have a band on my hand. Like, so it literally means nothing to have if I take my gold off, I still have a band on my finger, and that I know it's there. My husband knows it's there. It's there. I don't need to explain that to other people. I don't.
Usually, well, I wear my rubber ring like if I'm at the gym or doing something with my hands or whatever. If I'm repotting like if I'm just doing random stuff, I will. Yeah, I'll wear that one then if I know I don't. I haven't not with doing something, but I did lose a stone one time, and I always like consciously tell myself now, like, okay, if I'm gonna be doing something, I should probably put on the freaking rubber one. But yeah, I don't freak out about that at this point in time for those.
Yeah, we have to look at mine and make sure I didn't make
my husband, like if he yeah, I can see how it would be like kind of confusing. Yeah, if he just altogether just stopped wearing them or whatever, because that's not how we started off. I know people that started off like they don't wear the rings and that's just what it is, and whatever. I think it's different, especially as women too. Like a lot of times, like we typically wear more jewelry, wear rings and a lot of stuff more as compared to guys and stuff like that. So I can understand that too. But no, I know a lot of people that don't wear it. But at the same time, if it bothers you, Angela, then that's totally
go buy him a gold ring. Go buy him a gold ring. Go buy him a gold ring.
Which you I'm glad you said that earlier, because that's also where my mind automatically went there.
I know, because we think of like this
shows and stuff like that. Y'all should be able to like to spend a couple $100. It doesn't even have to be anything
fancy, swanky. Yeah,
just be a band if it's that serious. But I too have a gold ring, and I always say that I eventually want a silver.
Silver, yeah, that would be beautiful.
It really throws me. I like to mix my metals, but sometimes when I do wear silver jewelry, and like
you be like, damn, I do that too. That's why I stopped wearing so much silver. I have a lot of silver jewelry, but I try not to wear it because of my gold band. So, but like I said, and I feel naked without nothing on. Like that, my fingers right now, I'm so used to, my finger does this all day. I'm because I've lost weight. So my rings will flip around. So I'm used to just all day doing this with my finger. So when it's not there and I don't have that, it's going to be like, where my ring at? But like I said, when you've been together so long, they have not been.
No.
Let's be clear. They've been together 8. I'll give them 10 years. I'll give them 9 years. I don't know how long they've been together fully, but they've been married 8 years. And that's why when Phaedra says, I know Charles. I ain't seen her in 10 years.
I'm not saying.
And because I didn't know he was married, bitch, because you haven't seen him in 10 years. We've been married 8. Can you add, subtract, divide, or multiply? Can you do any of that? Because literally what you just said is, I didn't know Charles was married. You ain't seen him in 10 years. We've been married 8. I'm gonna bring it. Let's bring the shoulder down, Diva. Like you say, bring them on down. Bring them on down. Bring them on down. What happened?
I wasn't saying anything on purpose because if I start talking about Phaedra, I'm gonna like.
Oh no! I'm sorry to bring her back up, sis. I'm sorry because
but to your point, yes, that's literally what I said. Is do you not know what my life has done? I've moved how many times in the last 10 years? I've changed my hair how many times in the last 10 years? I've changed my nails. I've freaking gone on how many you know how much stuff in my life has happened in 10 years? You know how many unfair changes a person does in 10 years? You know how many bills a person pays in 10 years? Like there's so much life to be lived in 10 years. I've met so many people in the past. We've met in the last 10 years and you've become a huge part of my life to the point that
I know.
you known me. Like people back home might not know who you are in my life right now or whatever, because yes, they haven't seen me in 10 years.
Right.
But
don't mean I don't exist though.
Exactly. So like, what are we talking?
Just because they don't know me.
My husband, like, because we met when I was still on active duty, yada, 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 whatever. We're not from the same place or whatever. Yes, there's still many people probably back home that if they're not keeping up with me every twist and turn on social media, might still like I might see them when I go home on a trip or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh wow, didn't know you were married at all." Doesn't mean that the whole world
you're not married
or something, or people don't know you exist or whatever. It just means that I ain't seen that person in 10 years, and a lot of life has lifed in 10 years. That's all.
That's what made me mad about Phaedra. Sometimes she be trying to make a dig and it falls flat because you literally just you gave yourself the answer. Because I didn't know. I don't know nothing about his wife. Yeah, you don't, because you haven't seen him 2 years prior to him becoming married. Because I just don't know. Yes, he said, why Kiki has seen that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to the island soon. Entire plane ride 6 hours across the water. From California to Hawaii. Honey, I'm gonna be flying to Hawaii sooner than later.
Yes. Exactly. We've met in the last 10 years and you've become a huge supporter of us on here, Kevin. And
man, Kev, when you don't be around, I'll be like, where's Kev? I'd be like, he working, he busy. No, matter of fact, we was in a chat not long ago, and I peeped whatever, we was in the same chat, and I went to go say hello to you, and yo behind, you had already left the chat, and I was like, I don't want him to ever think that I'm not. No, Kev.
Oh,
Kev, when he was in one of the chats, and I was like, he had said we were in the same chat. And I think he had said hello to me, but I was getting ready, so I wasn't looking directly at the chat. So when I did see him in the chat, I said hello. He was already gone. I was like, dang, I don't never want him to think that when I don't say hello back, that just means I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I would never.
Yeah.
I hate it.
No, I hate it because we
looks like
we don't want to. We like our peoples. We love our peoples. I know you love your Barb babes. I love my cuties.
We talk just talking, just flapping those pieces of skin on her face for no
but you wasn't doing all that talking when Candy was on the show. You was mum's word. You wasn't doing all that flapping. You wasn't doing nothing. You actually was not saying a dang on word, not nothing. Nothing. And it's funny because we have to equate. It's funny because when you say Apollo, that's when Phaedra name comes. I'm just saying.
Exactly. That's the most interesting thing about her.
The 2 kids. The 2 children.
She does. I would not take anything away from her as a
mother. Them 2 kids is the pride and joy, baby.
To be just well taken care of, very good head on their shoulders, young.
So polite. All that Southern gentleman. Yes.
That was her as a mother, but
Not ever.
all hatred in the world when it comes to everything else outside of mother. No, I don't hate anybody on the show. highly am annoyed every time she comes on my screen. Yes, I was. But I already knew that. As soon as I knew she was coming back, we all knew she was going to be getting on our nerves as soon as she came back. So I'm not surprised there. Oh, yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
It's what you already know. Everybody like, me and Kev know what's up.
Mm-hmm. Hey girl, exactly. I never really liked Phaedra, but now it's even more, it is so intensified because like I broke it down earlier, she's basing it off of just stuff that it's not even funny because it's stuff that we can turn it right back on you. And like I said earlier, you want to come for somebody's looks and their fashions. We remember when you was rolling up looking not like a hot girl. So like, come on now, let's not play. Apollo keeps Phaedra relevant, otherwise she is boring. Yes, literally. If it's not Apollo and Phaedra, then we want to see a moment happen between Candy and Phaedra. It's never just we want to see Phaedra on our screens by herself, giving us all she's got. Like, no, I said whenever.
I literally said that he definitely makes her relevant. It's so funny to me. Like she really be trying to. I don't even talk to that boy. I don't even. Girl, you wish you were still with that boy. Shut up. Abi, stay with it. Nice seeing you again, my love. I just haven't seen you in a minute, so I just going to see
these young Miami city girls. Yes, and we see what type of trouble. So that tells you right there, Phaedra. Yeah, so you should probably slow your roll. Let me finish up this dinner scene. I don't really. Oh, they brought out a cake for Angela. I really did think that was a nice gesture. She was very appreciative of it. She gets kind of emotional and everything because she's feeling the support from them and she appreciates their effort. Not gonna lie, I did laugh when Porsha said what she said about the phantom baby and all this. I did laugh. Brit's whole thing is, she still wants to pick this bone about what Porsha said earlier and everything. And her whole thing is, Portia's never even invited Porsha said that she never invites them over. Brit doesn't invite them over, something like that. She was still very much bothered by the conversation from earlier. And that actually carries on into the sprinter as well. Porsha in this moment tried to kind of dead the conversation and say that like, oh, they don't have an issue, whatever, it's not nothing, yada yada. And that was Phaedra, or not Phaedra, that was probably Porsha being like, here Brit goes, like I'm just no.
Y'all can never shut her up. I don't care what it is. When she has something to say, she has something to say. Like she just does. Sorry, but that's what she does. She's always looking for. That's why I told you she's always pondering for a moment. Like, okay, everybody's quiet. Everybody okay? Let me say this. Like, girl, we're not. And she never even gives us a fair warning. She never says, "Hey y'all, off subject." Like, or "Hey y'all, side note." "Hey y'all, I'm about to switch reels." She never gives a heads up on the switch reels, on the change up of the direction of the conversation, or I'm about to change up all the dynamic we were just talking about. I'll change it up. Like, girl, stop doing that. You are not talking to 5-year-olds. You're not a teacher teaching kindergarten. You like literally keep doing this. It's weird to me. She, like I said, it just reminds me of something she must do with her sisters, y'all. Y'all hear me out. Do y'all think that Brit has? We already seen one of the sisters scream a lot and get real emotional, and then the other and I think Brit's in the middle, and now she's in the middle. That's even gonna give us the middle syndrome child. I'm the oldest out of my siblings, so I'm gonna be speaking all the way from the oldest child, right? But I'm saying to say, like, I don't know. She just, when it comes to the girls, she almost talks to them like they should know her. Like, y'all should already know me. It's like, girl, we don't though. What would make you think that we know you? Well, if you don't, you ain't got a chance to know me. Well, you're not very inviting. You're not giving an invitation. And that's why when Porsha was like, well, I've never been to your house, and you never invited me over or did anything. And she was like, well, you've never invited me over to either. And then Porsha says, Brit, tit for tat. I was like, oh wait, maybe you are teaching a kindergarten class. Maybe you are. Maybe I'm wrong. But literally craziness. Your Mike says.
So y'all, and huh?
No, I said your hair looks so pretty right now. I was like,
oh,
yeah, I know. Never mind.
I just it's been a long day, y'all. Okay, and I slept all day anyway, so I was not even anyway. In the sprinter though, y'all, that conversation continues. Brit's confused about how Shamea's coming at her since they've never had an issue historically, and then fast forward to now, and now you have so much to say indirectly, might I add. And Phaedra also uses this time to tell her, hey, anything underneath a $1,000 donation, completely unacceptable. Like, she tries to give, I guess, was this Phaedra trying to give her some advice from a vet and stuff, and tell her that she's been on BS all night, and you want to speak, you're not being inviting. And that's the point that Porsha is trying to make at the table, where it's like, Brit, you're not even like being open to allowing us to get in there to take things to the next friendship level with you. So like, come on now. And Phaedra's like, girl, like you have to be open coming into this girlfriend group, and again, talking to talk. And Brit's like, I'm just like, we're not at that level yet. And Porsha, she's never invited me anywhere. I just met you. Angela, you never invited me to your home. Drew, you never invited me to your home. Like, that's just not, where things were. So, and honestly, I need to know if you guys understood what she meant by that. Like, how do we feel about her saying that? If that's the case, then yeah, I also would be very much on the side of, well, yeah, you can't invite anybody over. You can't get to that next level if we haven't
got past surface level in each other's face.
We both have to meet in the middle, meaning you gotta show the want and desire to be there with me, and I gotta show the want and desire to move things along the friendship freaking journey with you as well. I don't feel like either side has been giving much of that. And I don't feel like Brit's really made that easy. I don't really feel like on the other side is really making that easy, especially in this case with Shamea. You guys want to talk about reset, renew, release, whatever this whole type of freaking a theme of this trip is supposed to be. You want to talk about that on one hand, but you're slick throwing shade on the other hand. And last time I checked, Shamea, it ain't your fucking trip. It's actually Kelli's trip, but she actually allowed you to be on the trip committee with her because she's being your lapdog. That was a lapdog move. She was trying to garner.
Right.
Like, you
she
guys
need she need no co-star.
Exactly. So it's just like, you guys, I don't think this was a match that was meant to be, obviously, on any accounts. I don't think you were meant to be real cool friends with them, Brit, and I don't think they was meant to be real cool. Like, I don't think it was just supposed to happen. This shows us another example of this just was never supposed to happen.
I'm gonna say, Brit, I think you were an accident that was not waiting to happen, but like, it's too many negatives. Like, Kenya got put off the show because of you. Now you saying that wasn't you in the pictures. You got a $20 million lawsuit going on. You still cannot read the room. It was fake and phony. I'm gonna let you get to the last part, but it was fake and phony when you get
there. Because this is where, again, in the other sprinter, again, y'all, we have freaking we got Shamea, and her phone rings, and it's actually her husband, and he immediately comes on the phone saying what I assume to be the nanny. I guess it's the straight up, like, the nurse that helps, you know, with the with Shiloh and stuff like that. I guess they obviously go through like a nursing agency or whatever. He's like, the room is freezing cold. She left her in here. We got to find somebody else. She left her in here with nothing on, and it's freezing in the room, and you know, so now she's like coming down, you know, with something. And Shamea, of course, she's not there, and she's like, what? Like, oh my God, she has all these health conditions. And because she's a because she has all these health conditions, that makes it that much harder for her to, you know, fight off a cold that would normally not affect another. How old is she? 1, 2? What?
She's probably under 1.
Yes. No, she's
Oh, she had a first birthday. She said she didn't do nothing for her first birthday. She's probably like 15, between 15 and 21 months. She's not almost 2. Yeah, she's like still in like 15 months or so. She's so much smaller. I think of her so much. I forgot that she's small.
She's going on 2, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, she's probably between 15 and 21 months. She's like, I don't know when. If we find out what her birthday is, then I can give you a real, more accurate. But however, she's smaller than what she looks, of course, because
where do they do that at? Like, exactly. I'm not understanding. I didn't know, like, so when I adopt a dog, do I have to adopt a dog for my anyway? Like, it's just so weird. I mean, how many cartoons have we seen where, you know,
I literally was said they might be too young, but no, I was like, the big dog is Spike, and then little Spike, and I can't. Maybe Spike is a little one, and it's the big dog. He's a big bulldog. He's Spike. Hey Spike, can I hang out with you, Spike? Can I hang out with you, Spike? And that's. I hate you.
I mean, wait, wait, is Goofy a dog? Goofy's a dog.
Goofy is a dog.
And he has a dog.
Wait, what?
Does he have a dog? Isn't Pluto his dog? Am I getting this mixed up?
That's not Goofy's dog. Pluto is just part of the characters. He don't belong to them.
I don't know why I thought he had his own dog. Anyway.
Oh, like, wait, what?
Insert a cartoon here, y'all. Where do they do that at? Because, you know, I really hope it was worth it. That's what I'll say. Kelli and Shamea, I really hope it was worth it how you guys have, you know, orchestrated this entire friendship between y'all two. I hope it's a real friendship. I hope it's real. I
told you the last time that we came through that. I told you, never mind. I don't want to make it seem like, because maybe their friendship is real, but I also feel like that Kelli could be lining herself up with somebody she knows that she might be able to help her get out of her little debt situation if that dang on weird husband or ex-husband of hers don't get in line. Just saying. And I'm not saying that like that's not even a using thing. That's not even like I'm like, oh, the friendship's not real. No, some people are in your life for certain kind of reasons, and so you know you just never know. Brit was a setup by Tough.
I am convinced.
I can't.
It is weird, and that's why I opened up this video with saying that I'm just like over it completely, because it's so many inconsistencies this season. They try to make it seem like, oh, sweet 16, like, ooh, and I haven't been feeling like that because I've been like mind fucked over here, because it's like on one hand, I think
it's a sweet 16. You know, some sweet 16s don't be up to par to some of the sweet 16s, right? You know, they be mad, pissed, thought they was about to get a car, thought they was about to get an apartment, thought they was about to get this, whatever it was, get a car. It ain't the car I wanted. You know, the ones that, it's my birthday and I cry if I want to. That sweet 16, that's the sweet 16 we got. We didn't get the sweet 16 on TV where, you know, everything went well and great. We got the sweet 16 where, man, I was supposed to have a party. Everything went down.
Like Ice Spice performed. Okay, I got it.
You got understand? Okay.
Like, how did that was so shady. I bring Ice Spice.
You got hit with a straight.
I don't know. I feel like the only reason why I bought it as an example is because a couple weeks ago I was like, damn, I ain't heard from Ice Spice, and like not personally, but I feel like for a couple years there, a couple months, it was like Ice Spice.
Man.
And
I knew her name for so long. I didn't even know what she looked like. And then I saw what she looked like. I was like, what's the wait, what are we talking about?
It was like Ice Spice.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
I asked Mr. Barb, I was like, have you like seen Ice Spice on any blogs or anything lately? Like, is she still around? Like, that just shows you how fast trends
go up and go down.
Y'all. Anyway, again, going back to this phone call with Gerald, he calls her, you know, of course, then he says that he's going to take her to the doctor. She's not feeling well by tomorrow. Click. Okay, bring on the tears. Rightfully so. I will not take that away from her. She's upset, can't do anything. She's not there. And like I said before, this when things like this typically happen, they usually go really bad because again, she doesn't have a strong immune system. She isn't able to ward off these types of illnesses like another child without these health issues would be able to. So I did understand in that part. I'll leave my comments for the end, but they get back to, or actually I think it was Kelli that sent out a text to the other ladies in the other van, like letting them know like, hey, like this is what just happened. They go back to the house. Shamea, they all sit down. She completely breaks down at this point. They all circle around her. Got Phaedra on this side. Got Porsha laying on Porsha's titty over here. We got
bosom.
Everybody was there around her, you know, comforting her and just trying to, you know, give her their support and stuff. And then none other than Brit comes and squats down in front of her. She's like, girl, I got you. I love you, girl. I'm gonna always be there for you, girl. That stuff that happened between us doesn't matter, girl. I'm gonna always go hard for you. I'm gonna always have your back no matter what. And just for that, I'll take a shot. Pour it up. Goes over here, gets the shots. Everybody, woo, we're feeling better now. Like, like that's just what I needed to hear. You know what? Now we're about to drink some champagne. Let me go get the champagne. Goes to get champagne, comes back with double D's and champagne. If you guys didn't watch the episode, then what I mean is before we know it, camera pans back over to her. Brit's entire breasts were on full display. Remember that most of the did Carlos say that? Who said that in the last like week? I know I heard it from somebody saying
it must have been Carlos.
They had to make it clear that you guys do know that most of the individuals behind the camera are men. Just throwing that out there. But Brit is always saying how she's a classy married woman. Just saying.
Yeah, she is. She ain't like lab. Never mind.
And I think I'm not ever trying to shame. I'm not even that type of person. If you want to have your titties out, then have your titties out.
I don't care. I don't
but
care.
It's like she's on one hand, she's like trying to portray herself as classy, and my husband, I move like one way because
and we be at the what's the place where she had her event? What's the place where she had her event? And we be at the country club and we be doing it big. Go ahead.
And I also don't like how I was, defamed by this season on this show because some alleged sexually explicit images were, alleged to have me in them. But now I'm over here now with. Anyway, I just was working my thoughts out.
Let's be clear. My sister's giving her a lot. She did not just show her boob. She pulled her boobs out and then she.
I was going to bring up the picture, but I don't want to.
But she flapped her boobs down on the counter.
Yes, they were like,
and it was like it was just like. So all the ladies were, we all right. We about to champagne it up. We just had a tequila shot, and to go from that to now her boobs are out, and then she flopped them on the counter. We was just. Even what Shamea say in her confessional. Thank you. That's why I said when they the hype of her, the hype of her, and then finally got a chance to see her, I was like, what the? I'm lost. But anyway, and I've been calling that we've been knowing the Summer 16. That's crazy.
Poor baby. I just can't help but wonder if this is something that can happen during a surrogacy, depending on the caring mother's body and health. Oh, we're gonna talk about it in a second.
Whoa. Okay.
Sorry, but yeah, that's pretty much how it ended. Yeah, with titties on full display. And I already watched a sneak peek for next episode, so I know we'll have something to say about that because
I don't think I said this. Did I? If I do,
they always post it like the day after or so.
Okay, that's why I'm like, I didn't see it at the. I didn't see
like,
that.
Like first like 6-7 minutes of the show. But it looks like spirits will be picked up, and they gonna have a better night than what it left off of on this episode.
Andy said this is like one of the best trips in a long time. That's what Andy said on Watch What Happens. Which means it's gonna probably be the next 2 episodes. It's gonna be them still being in Grenada.
I don't trust him, so we'll have to
I didn't say that you had to, sister. I'm saying this is what he said.
You never know.
But Drew didn't deny it. Drew said she had a great time because she finally was on Watch What Happens live.
I just want
right.
All tracking these little inconsistencies.
You can't make it make sense.
Drew was finally on Watch What Happens Live. I thought that they were going to say something about the reunion and stuff, but I can tell it was pre-recorded. So,
is that what it was?
As in, it was recorded before the reunion because she said something. I wonder, or something was said like, "Oh, something about." I wonder something about the reunion. So I was like, "Oh." Otherwise, I was ready to see what they want to say about what happened or didn't happen or whatever. But the only thing that Drew pointed out that I was like, that could make sense is, I guess at some point Phaedra had expressed that she's friends with Ralph. Her and Ralph are friendly.
Wait, who? Ralph
Drew pointed out that Phaedra had made mention that her and Ralph were friends or friendly. So I was like, that could make sense. Why now she continues to talk out her side of her neck and try to discredit and bring down anything that she's ever accomplished. That could make sense. That was that was really the only thing. Everything else was stuff that I kind of have.
I didn't realize.
Happened during the season / we know that she's still not feeling Porsha. We know.
Oh, she ain't feeling. Drew been I've been liking her interview. She is not backing down from nobody. She's not biting her tongue. She's saying what she got to say. Is this go naked here? No, it's not. It's not.
And she looked fabulous, might I add. Drew
at the BET Awards.
No, I didn't see. I didn't see.
She was in. I kept seeing her in I didn't see the whole award show, but I seen her in the audience. But I seen her at the Breakfast Club too. I think it was, and I was like, okay, Drew. She's like, no, this not go naked here. I was like, ooh.
Go naked who?
Go naked here, right?
She looked really nice at Watch Happen.
Oh, I did like that. Yeah, I like that. The choker was nice. Her hair was cute.
The makeup looks really good.
She looked good. I agree with that.
That's just again, like Phaedra, you want to continue. Like, yes, sometimes am I saying that Drew has not ever looked not that great? Yeah, everybody has bad days, but Drew's face is never declining and never has, and has always looked consistent. She looks so young too, like when she has her makeup. Not that she looks old with the makeup.
Yeah, her eyes are so tight in the way that. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, dang, she looked the same as she did on the game, and that's crazy.
Now I see why, now she's like one of those people that like I can like with Gabrielle Union type stuff where like she was playing somebody who was in high school when she was like in her 30s or whatever. I feel like Drew, I can see. But I want to say one other thing that she said, but I can't remember. I didn't see her at the She probably hasn't posted though. At the awards last night. Is this what she had on? I think so, yeah.
It was a brown, kind of a brownie color or something.
No, that was that performance. I didn't love that.
Oh, I didn't see the performance. I saw her in the crowd. I didn't see the performance yet. If she performed.
This was her BET Awards look, but I no, it's a cute little dresser. Where's this hair from? Oh, true Indian hair. Definitely not. Okay, Drew. I'm here for it. This I wasn't in love with this look, but you know, she's booked. They don't book people that are, lapdogs and forgettable. So she must not be a lapdog and she must not be forgettable if she getting booked.
I don't understand why you would even say something. I don't understand why your beef is so hard for Drew. Like, I don't understand. I can't wait for the reunion because I feel like you still doing Porsha's work and stop. Don't do that.
I wasn't showing you. Oh, I thought I had shared it.
No, it wasn't showing. There we go. Yeah.
Well, did you see this?
Oh, you know what? I seen it, but I didn't see it like that. I did see something similar. I saw something. Okay.
I like it. It's cute.
I'm on the fence.
I mean, I don't love covering.
I feel like it's a picture. It's picture X attire. Like like the picture. This looks bomb with the foil behind the foil, silver. I mean, whatever. The silver behind her. Like these photo ops to know that part is her dress looks bomb. Sitting and watching the BET Awards. No, I'm not wearing it.
I'll
have to be like this. Put the fence down.
And then I got
it. Yeah, take that fence off. Yeah. But her hair looks amazing. It's giving Beyonce. Not Beyonce, it's giving Beyonce. Her skin and her makeup she's starting to look really, really nice. She, body looking snatched. Yeah, she looks good. She looks good.
I'm not mad at it, y'all, but the last thing I wanted to touch on. Oh boy.
Uh-oh, not oh boy. I ain't want to say oh boy, it's bad. Oh boy. Oh boy.
It seems well, based on the title, y'all can already know. RHOA star Porsha Williams, ex Simon Guobadia, released from ICE detention, deported back to Nigeria. Yeah, I didn't even
Get him out of here.
Porsha Williams' estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, was released from ICE custody and deported back to his home country after spending months at a detention center, Us Weekly can exclusively report. Guobadia's friend and business partner, Ty Savet, tells us the Nigeria-born businessman was sent on a flight back home a couple of days ago. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security website no longer lists Guobadia as being in their system. Us also obtained a selfie taken by Simon on Monday, June 9th. Savet said Guobadia 61 was in good spirits after a tough experience at the detention center, which was the first time he had ever been behind bars, even though Savet added that Guobadia is not mad at President Donald Trump and would like a sit down with him. Whoa.
I heard that. I was like, wait, what?
And he has hair now.
Boy, you and your teeth and your hair and your gray chin can go on back. You know what? All of it. I'm sorry.
This is
I don't even know why are you here?
I will link the rest for you guys to read it, but
why are you here, sir?
Yeah, y'all. Simon, and I want to say that they have a court appearance soon. Something like that.
No Captain Crunch. That's all they was a photo op. That's all they was. That's all they was.
That's tomorrow. The judge granted Guobadia's motion and rescheduled the hearing for June 11th. Ooh, so we should be hearing something about something, y'all. I guess.
Okay.
Interesting. I wish it would have happened. I wish the reunion would have taped next week then, so we could have. She could have been forced to say something, maybe, but whatever. Yeah, y'all. I'll leave the rest of this in the description box so you guys can read about the rest of it. But yeah,
What's up, Jeremy Stink?
Y'all, like, again, I try to stay away from watching anybody else's content before I come to you guys with this, but Jeremy has been going live right after the episodes, and when I tell you, like, it's the angry Charles voice for me.
Oh my God.
It's just, oh my, I really be in here on my phone like, oh my God, I am cracking up. So y'all definitely go subscribe to Jeremy's channel. It is a good time over there. But yeah, this, I mean, we got a couple, I think two more episodes. I want to.
That's it.
Maybe 3.
Thanks, Kevin, for telling me about the LA Pride thing because I didn't know. I feel like I seen her in Brown recently, but thanks for telling me.
Oh yeah, that was up there. I wasn't so crazy about
Just I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
The brown look, y'all, but so yeah, episode 15, still in Grenada. I want to say, I thought there was only like 2 more episodes left and then the reunion, but I don't know. And they haven't announced if it's going to be a 2-part, 3-part, whatever part. Honestly, I feel like it should be a 30-minute segment, if that, because obviously we've seen things play out so much on the blogs to the point that a lot of us are either disinterested, just completely over it, or what have you, because I feel like several people have been playing in our face this season. I don't know what's true versus false. I don't know what to think about this person versus that person versus this beef versus that. It's just been so much, and I'm honestly okay with this going, us wrapping this season up sooner rather than later. The Real Housewives of Miami debuts, the new season debuts tomorrow. I will be watching that. I don't plan on reviewing it, but I definitely will be watching it, and whatnot. But yeah, y'all, I'm good off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's just, they've just irritated me so much. I was trying to wait for my sis California cutie to come back up here so we can tell y'all bye and everything, but I don't have anything else. I definitely enjoyed you guys in the comments. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Definitely appreciate y'all so much for that. Don't forget again to like the
I'm here.
Oh, hi. I was just wrapping up because I'm got enough to say.
I heard you. I had to run downstairs real quick. I had a little quick delivery that I had to go grab.
Like the videos, comment, subscribe, share us with your people, turn on the notification bell, do all the things.
You said it's only like 2 more episodes. I'm sorry, just go back real quick. You think it's only 2, maybe 3?
I thought it. I mean, because you said 3, now I'm like, maybe I'm wrong, and there is 3, but it says on Wikipedia that there's supposed to be 17 total. Okay. So next week is Rebirth, then Chicken and Waffles, Game Over.
Okay, game over.
Does that mean Kelli's new restaurant will be open and we'll be able to go there? Maybe, I don't know. That's just what I assume that they mean by Chicken and Waffles. I don't know.
That's what it probably is.
And I just her wanting to get it done before the end of the season. I don't think we'll obviously be seeing Angela and Charles. Didn't she say she wanted to do a vow renewal or something like that?
Don't do it.
I want to say she said that, but I don't think we'll be getting that, obviously. Obviously we won't be getting nothing with Porsha, and yeah.
You gotta do it like this when you do it, Kev. I'm so glad we had this time together. Okay, I'm done. Terrible.
I thought Brit like threw something else out there that made me think maybe we'll see that during the season, but I doubt it, obviously, at this point. So yeah, well,
I'm very disappointed she's not gonna be at the damn reunion. That just takes the cake for me. Like, this is a time for you to talk about all the things, but you know what? Brit is not gonna. She wouldn't be good in reunion because she doesn't listen. She says absolutely too much on every day. Absolutely, you be in the middle of a sentence. Absolutely, shut up. I ain't even made my point yet. You already absolutely, yeah. Shut up.
I can't do
that. I hate people that do that. That's annoying.
I can't do it with her. And I'm actually glad that looks like I won't have to do it with her ever again. So I'm good there, y'all. Again, like, subscribe, share, do all the things. Follow us on our socials that have been scrolling along the bottom of the screen. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next one.
Yes, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.